Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm Alex. And this is video 1 of a short batch of videos about the Lord's Prayer. A short batch? You mean like a series? Yeah, but batch sounds, friendlier, doesn't it? But people don't use the word batch for a series of videos. Okay, well, it's a series then. Well, now you've made it sound boring. Oh my god. Well, where do you want to use then? I don't know. Batch? I knew you'd say that. What? Why do we need a batch of videos on the Lord's Prayer anyway? Isn't it like one of the most famous passages in the whole of the New Testament? Well, yeah, but that's part of the problem. It's a problem that billions of people have this part of the Bible memorized. No, the problem is familiarity. Oh, well, okay, yeah, okay. You don't know why, do you? I was expecting that you'd jump in and tell everyone, and I'd piggyback off the back of it and look like I knew. Excellent plan. No, I thought so. Yeah. So the problem with being super familiar with something is that it can lose its impact. I get that. So why a series? It's like super short already, isn't it? Well, it divides really well up into 6 parts, and each part is about a different idea that Jesus wants people to be praying about or living out as a value. Well, you've sold it to me. Yes. Let's get batch cooking for video 1. Don't say batch cooking. Right. So, how does the Lord's Prayer start off? Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. and in normal English? Well, that happens to be the beautiful language, actually. It's how Jesus would have said it. Because Jesus doth speak 1600ths English verily to the disciples. Well, that's what it's like in my head sometimes. I'm sure. Let's assume for our sake, just for a moment, that we're translating the 1st century Greek into English that wasn't for the benefit of a 1610 audience. Okay, what would it be like now? Now, it's more like, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. What does hallowed mean? I always, isn't it like you've just seen your friend called Ed, and you're like, hello, Ed? Implying that God's name is Ed? Well, that's what I always thought, isn't it? No! Oh, great. What is it then, Noel? Hallowed or hallowed actually means holy or set apart or awesome or uniquely wonderful. I didn't know that. Like my face. Even better. Wow. I know, that's right. But why be your name? What's so special about his name? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So, at the time when Jesus is speaking to the disciples, he was speaking in a culture where someone's name carried their credibility, and it still does now in some places. Like what? Like back in the day, if an important person sent their wishes to a place, they're about to arrive and this is what I want to happen. It's sealed with a particular seal, like the seal of the House of Brown, or the seal of the House Holbein. Yeah, okay, I guess so. Okay. Like a royal seal on a letter today. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. So somebody comes from the king, they can literally say, I come to you in the name of the king, which means all the authority and the power of the king. Or I arrest you in the name of the law, which means under the authority and power of the law. That's right. Although I'm not sure if you were trying to arrest someone like that, it would give you the authority that you're after. So Our Father in heaven, holy is your name, really means the authority and the power of God is set apart from everything else, and it's awesome and uniquely wonderful, like my face, and amazing. Yeah. Remind me of the first words that you said, the first 2 words that you said. Now, my first 2 words were Pappa and Balix. No, the first 2 words of the Lord's Prayer. No, sorry. Right. Our Father. Okay. Now link those 2 together in your brain. Our Father and Pappa. Our Father and the Holy Name thing. Okay. That's 2 opposite things in the same sentence. What do you mean? Well, God being holy and awesome and uniquely wonderful wouldn't have been much a surprise to the disciples, but him saying we're going to address this super otherly, all-powerful being as Father, I mean, that's like me telling people when King Charles arrives, he wants you to address him not as Your Majesty, but as Pappa. So what does this What was it that Jesus is setting us up for? How does he want us to start praying? We're meant to start praying by remembering two things. On the one hand, God's holiness and authority and credibility and power. And on the other hand, he wants us to have an intimate, childlike relationship. You couldn't say it. No, I couldn't say it. Intimate. I couldn't say intimate. No. But no, it's not that way around though, is it? Jesus, he doesn't teach us, holy is your name, Father in heaven. He teaches us, Father in heaven, holy is your name. The priority for Jesus is that God is like a Pappa to us. Right. So, kicking everything off, Jesus wants us to pray about working on our relationship with him as his priority. That's right. It's really, really good thing to do. As you come to pray, just tell God what he means to you. Like, work on that relationship, not asking him for anything or demanding your way or coming groveling as if you're nothing, but running into the arms of a loving Heavenly Father. Tell him what he means to you. Then telling him how awesome, powerful and otherly he is. Yeah, the Bible's full of places telling us to remember the things God's done, not just stuck in ages ago in the Bible, but stuff he's doing in your life right now. So celebrate him as Dad and King at the same time. Yeah, key question then. So we're going to finish off this first in the series. First in the batch. Yeah, okay, batch. What would the world look like if everyone was working on their relationship with God as their priority every day, remembering that above every other name, every other authority on earth, God takes the lead? The world would look different, wouldn't it? But Jesus isn't talking to the whole world, is he? He's talking to the disciples. So isn't this basically how church should be rather than how the world should be? Yeah, but this has the potential to be the primary marker for any Christian community you find yourself in. But Jesus isn't teaching the Lord's Prayer just for church groups to have a lovely time, or so that Christians would know that God's their daddy. He's teaching it because he wants the whole planet to know what he's like and how to live. Okay, now I'm starting to see why you want to break this down into batches. And this one is about Pappa and Prominence. Pappa, because God is the loving Father who wants to build a relationship with us, and because we're his children. And Prominence, because we need to also make sure we remember his prominence, his primacy, in everything, his primacy in everything. Amazing. Thanks. No, not you, the idea. Oh, that's insulting. So, today, spend time praying about those two ideas. Do the things that you know grow and deepen your relationship with God as a loving Heavenly Father. And if the word Father is a blocker for you, Jesus also describes himself as being closer than a brother or the closest friend. So choose one of those descriptors that will enable you to have a deeply personal relationship with God, and just go for it. Yeah, sing songs to him. Remind yourself of the stuff that he's done in you. Yeah, and see if you could also remind yourself all day just how otherly God really is. Yeah. Like, he's not a massive human sitting on a cloud like Mary Poppins. No, he's not. He's the Spirit of God who's done everything and made everything and has all authority in heaven and on earth and underneath the earth. Yeah, what he said. Now that's batch cooking. Drop the whole batch cooking thing.